make sure you give me a heart and thumbs up as soon as you get in here. Every day, all day. Today has been a great day. It has been awesome for me. I hope that it's even more awesome for you. And I am so excited about tonight because I get to have a conversation with one of my lovely members to join me on the show and get to hear her perspective to everything. Hey Trey, give me a heart and a thumbs up and let me know that you are here and share the show. Like I said, make sure you go follow me on all platforms. I had a great day today. Whew, it's been a long day. I've been up since 9 o'clock. I done worked 13, 14 days straight. But tonight, it's been a lot of stuff. Yo, all right, what it do, Pippin? All right, you guys stay here for this show because I know you and my lovely guest tonight, y'all will have some good conversation back and forth, Ray. So you stay right there as I am waiting for my lovely guest. But how are y'all doing? Is everything? How is everything? It's everything. You see, I see everybody that went ahead and got stimulated. Everybody got stimulated. You know, God is good. I just want to say with any money that you're getting or anything, you know, use it, pay your bills, put some to the side, save it for a rainy day. You know, just don't try to spend it on everything because I know it's a little hard, y'all. You know, when you don't have something for so long and then the economy shut down and everything was going crazy, we want to spend. But only spend if you have to. Like I said, invest it into something good, save it, but most importantly, pay your bills. So I'm waiting for the lovely guest tonight. Hey, David, because David, I don't know if I don't know if Raymond chimed in on it, but we're going to get into the post that LeBrent posted that had something to do with marriage and everything. Oh, look, April's trying to join me before I get into my guest, you know, while we try to work this out. Here we go. So we're going to get into the black marriages because y'all posted it in the group and they had everything on it saying that more black men are more married than black women and everybody is goddamn, you know, basically from what y'all saying in there, is that the, you know, basically y'all saying that us women is the reason why the hell ain't no goddamn marriages. Did y'all see that post? So we're going to get into that post because David said, hold up. You know, the married wives don't have nothing. They don't be saying nothing. Okay, so let me see. So you have to, hit the join this live button. You know, what it say? It say join this live. I keep saying April pop up. So you just send the request. Let me see if it's on here. Because it don't even show that you're even on here, but you are on here. So send me the request. So once you send me the request, then I can add you in here onto the live. See, I don't know. Usually I have my technical support. I don't know what it looks like on your guys' end, but I know on my end, it should say like request to be in this broadcasting or something like that. Yeah, let me see. Just hit the request button. Hit the request button. You know what? Let me see. I'm gonna see if they'll be able to explain it to you from how it looks. Okay, there it is. Let me see. Boop. So somehow you just did something because I see you in here. So now that I see you in here, my guest of the day, you just send it. Okay, she said it says send to join. So you press the send to join button, but you know, give me a heart thumbs up. I'm excited to be here with y'all tonight to get into some of this stuff. I have actually 2 shows to do tonight. Once I get finished with this show, I have to go do a show on another podcast tonight. So shout outs to me for being booked and busy. But I wanna there it is. And I welcome the guest of the day, one of my favorite members of CS. Hey! Hi, you look so pretty.
Thank you. How you doing?
How are you?
I'm good.
Good. See, we wasn't too delayed. I'm getting here with you. We're going to get into some things. So you guys, so introduce yourself. Tell them who you are. This is one of my, let me do my introduction first of you, okay? So this is one of my faves. She's like a sister. She is my damn sister. She is a sister. And y'all, she know how to do everything, y'all. She know how to sew. She know how to write. She know how to make stuff. She just do everything. but most importantly, she's active and candy coated. This is the infamous Lauren Barrett. Hey, look, David said, hey.
Hey, y'all.
Yes. So tell them about you. Tell them about you before we get into our topics tonight.
Let's see what y'all want to know.
Oh, everybody get here and say the same thing. What y'all want to know? So
let me see.
So actually, let me tell you.
We've been friends for 20 years.
Mm-hmm.
I've known Candace since she was in the third grade.
Oh my gosh, we gotta go all the way back there, child. She's taking it all the way back. Lord. But Lauren,
like Candace said, I just be working.
Look, she
just
be working. She about her money. So I actually, you guys, I really can't wait to have the Battle of the Sexes show, because I definitely want you to be on there, Thomas and David and everybody. But so let me tell you about Lauren. So Lauren is like a freaking inside walking dictionary, right? So she is like in the world. She also is my news broadcaster and everything. Keep me up to date sometimes, when I need stuff. So I actually can't wait. It's a show that I want to do where I'm only going to be the host, because I want to see you and Thomas. And I can't think of who the other person is in the group. Y'all be so political. Y'all know about this Willie Lynch stuff and everything.
Listen, yeah. You know about that kind of stuff, and I'm not about to argue with nobody.
Like, she'll shut you down quick.
I'm not doing that. I'm not arguing with you. I might go back and forth 1 or 2 times, but I'm not about to argue with you. Like, this whole Black women and marriage post.
Ooh, she gets straight into it, child. Let me grab my drink.
Bothered me.
Okay.
Yeah, I want to, because it bothered me. It wasn't necessarily.
Look, wait a minute. Look, she going straight into it. Let me pull it up. Look, she said, wait a minute, I'm getting straight to the goddamn point. Hey, Miller. All right. So it was a post that David posted in the group. And it wasn't. So I don't know, because I was missing. So it looks like it's been a lot of stuff going on in the group between men and women lately, where everybody who's single, that's a woman, is bitter, angry. Most of the reasons why Black women aren't married is because it's their fault. That's what's been going on a lot in the group lately. And I noticed some people got quiet. So let me go to the post. So the post. So the Brent posted it to David because of whatever David was saying about Black men, women, and marriages, right?
Right.
All right, so let's catch the folks up. So let me show y'all. This is the post that we're talking about. If you want to go to it, this is the post. Can you see that clear? Look, she gonna sip. So this is a relationship Black women post, and it says all women. Right? Because we're going to get into this. Y'all, give us a thumbs up. Let us know y'all listening. So, it said Black women. They have a Black women column and an all women column. So, Black women, 13% of them are divorced. Widowed is 8%. Separated is 4%. Currently married is 26%. Never married is 48%. And to the all women category, divorced, all women is 12%, widowed is 9%, separated is 2%, currently married is 46%, and never married is 31%. So what are they talking about?
Well, here's the thing, right?
When they was going
I have no issue. I have no issue with the numbers.
Okay.
Right. I don't have any issue with the comparison, Black women to all women.
Okay.
Who cares, right? My problem is when you post something like that and then you follow it up by saying Black men aren't the issue, Black women are to blame. Not anywhere in those statistics does it say or give a breakdown of the reason why those Black women aren't married. They may not want to get married, or they maybe just haven't found that person yet. And to be honest, statistics also show that Black women are getting married later in life because they are pursuing higher education, they are putting careers first. A lot of Black women are actually holding off on having kids because they're trying to do other things with their lives first. Like, there's so many other factors that go into that.
Mm-hmm.
And I just feel like it's really unfair, and it's also hella ignorant to say, no, seriously,
Yeah.
like to say that Black women are the issue or the problem. Like, I feel like that's the way that it was posted, as if Black women are the problem and that's why they're not getting married, when it could also be that maybe also in those statistics, I think somebody else followed up with the post that showed the difference between like Black women. No, underneath that post, there was some statistics about Black women marrying 94% of Black women marrying Black men.
Yeah, I'm
86%.
listening to you. I'm just looking to find it.
Yeah, where 86% of Black men marry Black women. And then I posted, all that means is Black women need to open up your dating preferences. Like, you need to date outside your race, just like they do. I think a lot of times Black women will date other races, but they won't marry them.
Okay.
Like, a lot of times, like, I'm not saying they don't ever. What I'm saying is most Black women are looking to marry a Black man.
Yeah.
That's not necessarily the case with Black men. So my thing is, how dare you act like Black women are the issue when we're marrying y'all?
Right.
We looking for y'all to marry.
Yeah.
But y'all aren't doing the same.
Right.
Y'all aren't doing the same.
Yeah.
We're doing that at 10% of a higher rate than you are. So how dare you try to turn it around and make it seem like we're the issue, we're the problem, and we're the reason why we're not getting married? How about we might not want to get married? How about that?
Yeah. So what went with that said, it said Black women are less likely to be married than Black men. As a matter of fact, there are about 364,000 more Black men who are married than Black women, even though Black women are 51% of the population. While an overwhelming percentage of Black women are married to Black men, 94%, it said about 86% of Black men are married to Black women. Is that the rest of it that you saw where it was beside?
Yeah.
So
yep.
And that was the thing. I'm gonna go to some of the comments because I know you was talking about some of them, because for me with it, because somebody ended up calling me behind my goddamn comment.
Oh,
you know, so I like talking to the members one-on-one. So they ended up calling me on Facebook and was like, hey, whatever. And I was like, for me, because I seen something in there where it was like, in a group, a lot of the times people will change the narrative of a post.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
So y'all know I'm the queen of sometimes altering something to the left. But for me, with those percentages, like you said, a lot of women don't want to get married. I know I've had a conversation with a lot of women that said they don't want to get married, right? And
you and I.
Yeah. And I want to know, and for me, and you come from a 2-parent household. Fuck, they still married today. They like 500 years old. They've been together. Her parents been together for like 600 years. It's the real shit. They really have.
Yeah.
They have. So it's like, for me with these numbers, I want to know. Oh, they shot me because I said, well, how many of them are happily married? Because I like to look further into the number. Because today, as we see, a lot of people will stay and settle in relationships that they don't want to be in marriages that they want to get.
Because they just want to be able to say they're married.
Right. So, you know, and it's like, so I feel like it's more that goes into these numbers. That's just me. I was like, you know, I need to know more about it. Like, you know, you very seldom hear somebody say, oh, I'm happily married, as far as like, I want to be here in this marriage. That's what I'm talking about. Because they was like, well, you need to go to a happily ever after category or something like that. I had to read it. It was Timothy Barnes. He might be on here. It was him who said it. So it was just like, I think that society puts so much into marriage. Like, I don't know why it seems as if the goal isn't for you and your man to get married, then you're wasting your time. It's like we forget that people go through different phases in their lives. And that's how you end up with somebody who wasn't ready to get married because he met your deadline or he was peer pressured. And now you're trying to figure out why his ass creeping or don't want to come home every day after the honeymoon, you know, because you're putting them in this situation. Not everybody is meant to be married, at least for me. Not everybody is meant to be married or want to be married. So I want to know the percentage, like you said. Well, who said no? Who was engaged? Why didn't they go through with it? What happened? Well, are you married because of X, Y, and Z, or are you married because you don't want to deal with what comes with not being married? Look at your face.
Well, because I've lived that, right? So for me, I did not want to get married. And that came from a lot of different things, right? Mm-hmm. Not really being sure if that's what you want for your life. Mm-hmm. Also, I just didn't see that for me at that point in my life.
Okay.
Now, I can say that right now, maybe my mind is changing.
Okay.
But I also think that has a lot to do with who you're dealing with.
Yeah.
Okay.
Absolutely.
Like I saw under that post, a lot of people were saying like, yeah, because white men won't put up with the BS that black women give to black men and all this stuff. And I'm just like, you can't say that because you're not a black woman. That's number one. So you can't make statements like that because you don't know. You don't live that. That's not your experience. So you really don't know. And you're not a part of that relationship. And as someone who is like broadening their dating pool, right? You can't tell. I'm not a different person for everybody that I date. Yeah. I'm who I am. You take me
or you don't.
Or you leave.
Yeah.
You know, and so I'm not one way with a white man, another way with a Hispanic dude, and another way with a black guy. Like that's not how it works. And if that's what you do, then you are
crazy.
Like there's something wrong with you. Like I don't know anybody who can do that.
You're not being true to you're not being true to yourself.
Exactly. So to say white men aren't going to take the mess that you give to a black man, one, you're insinuating that I was the issue. That's number one. Mm-hmm. You're also insinuating that I don't know how to control myself or mm-hmm. tame my mouth or all of a sudden, because I'm around a white man, I become meek or more submissive. Like, that's not it at all. And and for you can't say that because you're not a black woman, so you don't know.
Right.
It's very simple. Like, don't tell me what a black woman does in different relationships when you're not a black woman. You don't know.
You don't know.
You have no experience in that. You're not a black woman. You're also not a white man dating a black woman, so you don't know. So don't speak on that because you're wrong.
Jackie says, "Speak, girl, speak."
I'm just saying.
So April said, I remember my brother told me to make sure when I get in a relationship, of course, make sure he wants you to shack up, be married, so the ball is in your court. So it's like, yeah, I guess she's saying, her brother saying, you either going to shack up or get married. David said, I don't have to be many public examples.
No, there aren't public examples. Here's my issue with that. And I'm talking directly to you, David.
Ooh, directly
my
to you,
issue David. With no, seriously, like, no disrespect. He know I'm not trying to be disrespectful to him. I've never David ever. There's not public examples because you're not in that relationship. You weren't in the relationship with that woman when she was with a black man, and you're not in the relationship with that woman with this white man. There isn't a public example. It's your perception. Just because you perceive something one way doesn't mean that that's what it is.
Okay.
And to be honest, sometimes it could just be the difference in the person that brings out different parts of your personality. You can be with one person and being with them makes you behave in one way. And when I say behave in one way, I mean you could be with someone who is highly critical, so that makes you hyper defensive. You know what I'm saying? Or then you might leave that relationship and then end up with someone who is really comforting and really supportive, so that makes you more confident.
Okay.
It makes you soften a little bit. That could be the difference. So don't say that this woman was giving the black man mess and he wouldn't deal with it, and then the white man, she feels like she has to be submissive to because he's white. That sounds crazy. That's crazy.
So with that, y'all know how I do. With I do think you know how they have that meme and stuff where they say different people bring out different results in different men. I don't really totally believe in that. That's just me.
I do.
I think that so for me with that, I believe in it, but I believe in it to a degree because you can have you can have a woman that's doing everything and you just not be right for her. So I think that only applies, my thoughts, to somebody that wants to do better, that wants more. Because I know some really decent women that are really really decent women to be with, and their partners or whoever they're with or their husbands is not even half of that. You get what I'm saying? So it's like then you'll get over here with me and then feeling like, and I think that goes into when we break up with people, we feel, or they get with somebody else, we feel like we lost and the next person is winning. You know what I mean? Because he may be all these things for somebody else. But it's like, I think it starts with you. If you don't want to change, if you don't want more for yourself, it don't matter how many good, great women you get with. If that's not what you want for you, then you're not going to catch on. But I think a man that, or a woman that wants more and see you doing, they'll be like, let me get on this and get my shit together. You get what I'm saying? Did I lose you a little bit?
You didn't lose me.
I think it's tricky. I think it's situation. I think it's individual.
Well, it could be. I think sometimes
because we all go through those phases. Like I went through my phase of where it was, I don't want to do this. I want to be single and hang and date, you know, all of this. Just like you have some women that go through that phase where they only want to deal with men that are in relationships. You get what I'm saying? So, you know, then you have some women who only want to deal with married men. You know what I mean? So, and then you have some guys who, I just was having a conversation with a guy the other day who told me that he only wants to have a relationship and deal with women that are married because he does not want all the other stuff that come with it. I'm like, what? He like, yeah, it's different. A married woman, she already said here. Single women come with too much. They want you to do too much. So I guess, so I'm guessing that, you know, they say that 80-20, he's okay with just being this person's 20% or whatever they're not getting. He doesn't have to deal with the daily what you doing, how, you know, you're having a bad day, you coming in the house. So he's like, that's what it is. So when people go through those different phases, I think it all depends on which phase you catch them in. Because you know,
I don't know.
It's tricky, right? It's tricky.
I think that can be true. I think also sometimes you're just not with the right person. That like sometimes you're just not.
Yeah.
And that's okay.
Yeah.
Nobody's trying to crucify you for that or for deciding, hey, this woman is actually not who I want to be with. Nobody's saying that. My only issue with it is, don't say that because a Black woman decides to date a white man that all of a sudden she no longer has all that mouth, or she all of a sudden becomes submissive. It's just that's not the way that works. Like, I know plenty of people who can tell you that's not the way that works. Like, if a woman, and I'm not just gonna say Black women, if a woman, period, is mouthy, she's mouthy.
And that's the thing that I don't get. Is where they say, I'm trying to get it, because Timothy going in. Hey, get that. Timothy is going in these comments, because Timothy was one of them that was under the post. But I think that, like, I kind of think that I don't think Black men. I'm trying to be hard. I don't think Black men always show them true selves in some of these different relationships, interracial relationships, or anything like that. Because like I think it's hard. I think it's harder for a woman, like you said, to act. I'm gonna act this way with a white man. I'm gonna act this way with a Black man. I'm gonna act this way with a Spanish man. I don't really see a woman being able to do all of that, but I can see a man acting a certain way with a white woman, acting a certain way with a Black woman, acting a certain way with a Hispanic woman, an African woman, all of that. I kind of do, only because I know somebody who's dealing with a white woman, and how he is with me, like when we're out, no, not dating, let me clear that up, not dating, but when we're out, I see how he carries himself versus how he carried himself, because that's my friend, when he was with a Black woman. I see that. Yeah, April, like she said, adapting to the environment or trying to. Yeah, I don't really think many women. Wait a minute, my baby is you gotta join me again. She kind of got froze. I don't know what happened. I think that goes into it a lot with people being able to change themselves, because I've seen some men act a certain kind of way with different people, and it's like, oh, well, hey, I don't know you. You know what I mean? I've seen it where it's like, yeah, you with me? Like, yeah, yo, what's up? Fuck it is, dummy. And then when he's with his girlfriend, who is of a different race, he's like, oh, hey, how you doing? How's everybody going? And I'm like, hey, what's up? And he's like, hey, how are you? And I'm like, who the hell is this? Who the hell is this? Who is he? So I don't know, y'all. I think it's just a little, I don't know. I'm about to get to the comments. She's about to be back with her. I'm about to, you had cut off for me, babe. You know how we do.
Sorry.
Conjunction. No, you're fine. So that's what I'm saying. I've seen it. I've seen it. I've seen people do it.
I'm not saying you're wrong, right? I'm not saying you're wrong.
No. I know.
I'm just saying I think it's situational. That's necessarily the case for everybody. That's all I'm saying. I think that here's the thing. Here's my issue. I don't like when it feels
he said, oh boy, here we go.
And here we go. I just don't like this. black
Oh my gosh,
women
you're breaking up on me
are.
now. You breaking
Oh, I'm
up on
sorry.
me.
Let me get up. No, I was saying my
Uh,
issue
hey
is I
girl.
don't like when it seems like black women
Hey.
are being accused of being the problem or being the issue. Like, why can't it be that those two people just didn't work? Or why can't it be that that relationship, neither one of them were supposed to necessarily be in that relationship, it wasn't right for them? Why can't that be the case? Why does it have to be, oh, black women this, black women that? I feel like you get a lot of that under these kinds of posts. And I also saw, I forget who it was that posted under there that it's y'all. Like, black men ain't the problem. We're getting married. Yeah, y'all. Who's to say that you're in a
Oh, so
quality
you know what? You
marriage?
know who you're talking about. You're talking about. You know who the hell that was. I don't want to
I don't
speak too
remember.
soon to be wrong. Let me see. I believe that was goddamn the Brent girl, and the Brent ass is married. Let me see. Hold on. I think that probably was that. I'm gonna get to y'all comments in a minute. Give me a heart, a thumbs up. Let us know that you are here. Let's see. Let me see some, because somebody else posted stats and statistics, right?
Yeah.
Because the one girl, because one part, okay, it's because her and LeBrent went at it. I think her name was Janie Brown or something. She said 15 and older, you can't even get married until without parental consent. That alone is going to screw the data in favor of never married because they're freshmen or sophomores in high school.
Right.
So she was another one who was saying these numbers are a little screwed. Like what race,
yeah.
what age? So LeBrent says, let's see. Hold on, y'all. Hold on. I'm trying to find it. Because they was going back and forth, back and forth. Okay, so before I find LeBrent, Timothy is the one who came for me. Timothy! with my happily word. He said happily. Who said these people were happy before they got married? I bet if some people considered their own happiness first, they may not have jumped the broom. I think people get married for a lot of different reasons. It's not always about personal happiness. That might be a total different survey. So he was just basically saying,
I agree with him.
You know, it probably needs to be a different survey there for those things.
I agree with him.
David said white men don't deal with the disrespect that a lot of black women show black men. Matter of fact, black women don't act the same with them. B done took their ass for a ride down by the lake. Get this and get away with it. Zaddy just got done whooping on his sister's ass. He's still in the NFL. So he's talking about the NFL white guy that beat the shit out of the black girl. It comes down to accountability and choices. Women of different cultures are snatching up successful, financially secure brothers. Meanwhile,
do you think
building.
that there aren't black women that are snatching up successful and financially stable white men? Because there are. I'm just saying.
He said, how is it most of them pick the right brothers, but our very own sisters have problems in this area? Some of y'all date and have babies by losers. Then you mad. Nobody made you lay with him. The choice was hers and hers alone.
So because a woman, because a woman, you mean to tell me that because you have a baby by somebody that means that you and that relationship didn't work? Does that mean that you made a bad choice? Is that what that means? Or could that mean that the person that you had kids by, it just didn't work? Because I see that shit all the time with black men. Why is it a problem with black women?
First of all, I know a lot of guys who have started.
Oh, you can speak up. Look. You the guy. She been quiet the whole time. Now Lauren got you to say what you say.
I know a lot of guys who start off being really good fathers, and then when the woman doesn't want to be with them,
they then take it out on the child and then don't want to be around the child or like, yeah. So that's
Mm-hmm.
bullcrap. That
I
is
agree.
bullcrap to
But
say.
it's a problem when black women do
The
it.
hell?
It's a problem. They act like it's
Yes.
like you've committed a crime because you decide, well, maybe this relationship isn't for me no more. Maybe I don't want you anymore. Maybe that's the problem. And don't
So
let you leave that relationship and then go to a white man. They lose their mind. They do.
she said, "Don't leave that relationship and go to a white man and lose their mind." Let me go to some of the comments. Jamal said, "It's about compromise, no matter the race, gender, or anything else people use."
Yeah.
He said, "False." Timothy said, "Why couldn't they just be numbers? How come it was so offensive?"
It was the numbers, like I said in the beginning. Maybe you weren't on here when I said it, but in the beginning, I said I have no issue with the numbers. I have no problem with the numbers. My problem comes in with the comments under the numbers, and I feel like people took their personal feelings and
Okay.
made those numbers fit how they felt.
Fit them.
Yes, and that's not necessarily what those numbers were showing. That's where my problem comes in. I have no problem with the statistics. They are what they are. My problem is when you take that and you skew it and you then say something like, see, black men aren't the problem. It's black women that's the problem. That's why y'all not getting married. Maybe not. Maybe that's not the case. Maybe that's just how you feel. Maybe you have some issues that you need to work out on your feelings with black women. Maybe that.
Yeah, and it comes from mommy issues.
And yeah,
Oh,
and
here we
some of them.
go.
No, seriously,
Yeah,
because
majority
another
of it
thing
comes
that we
from
don't
mommy
talk
issues, and then they'll
about.
be like, oh yeah, because my mother used to do this, my mother used to do that, so now we have to be held
True.
accountable for what because your mother fucked you up, so now it's our fault.
Well, not necessarily that it's your fault, but it's like they constantly make you prove yourself, right? And
Yeah.
am I a bad person because I refuse to prove myself to
Come on
you
with the
because you
jingle
have
jingle.
those issues? Like I just feel like sometimes it's an easy out, right? Things aren't working. It's her
Yeah.
fault. Things aren't turning out the way that I thought they should. It's her fault. It feels like a lot of times under posts like these, you get a lot of black men who are like, oh yeah, because we ain't the problem, it's y'all. Why can't it be a collective? Why can't it be we both have things that we need to work out? Because at the end of the day, black women, 94% of black women are marrying black men. Only 86% of black men
Yeah.
are marrying black women. So if you really want to break it down, we're not the issue. We're trying to marry y'all. Y'all are doing other stuff. Just saying. I'm
Yeah,
just
oh, we're
saying.
trying to marry
Like
y'all. We're
at the end of the day, that's what the statistics show. If you want to break it down by numbers, that's what it shows.
yeah.
So don't try to turn that around and make it black women's fault. I'm not blaming black men. Why do they always have to turn it around and make it the black woman's fault? That's my only issue. I have no problem with the numbers at all.
So the post was okay. It was just
Mm-hmm.
but it was just the black part. So if it would have just said women or
No, I
all
have no
women or
problem with black
something,
women. I have no problem with the black women part. I have no problem with you breaking down the
you just
statistics of
said
marriage
it,
and black
it's
women. I have a problem when you
okay.
try to take those numbers and make it fit your narrative. That's what I have a
Got you.
problem with because your feelings are not facts. You can't take numbers and decide you want them to mean this. So this is what they mean. That's not how that works. Your feelings are not facts. Your opinions are not facts. Numbers are what they
Okay.
are. You can interpret it how you want, but your interpretation doesn't make it fact. So
Hmm.
that's my only issue.
So he said, so David said there was a post posted before that post. David, if you can find it, let me see it. Like tag me in it so I'll know before we get out of here so it can all go together in the conversation. You guys, and if you're new here, make sure you go over to Candy Coded Secrets, Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, like, subscribe, and do all that other stuff.
Hit that
So
bell.
Timothy said, I'm not sure his comments were personal experience, but it's not all black women, just enough to make the stereotype fit. Jamal said it's definitely deeper
No.
than the blame game, and he said it's a lot of finger pointing.
Mm-hmm.
April said it's shifting the blame. Jamal said, "Why have a child when you're not sure? Have fun, but be mindful." Ooh. So
Okay.
Jamal, so when you say not have, when you say don't have children, be mindful. What does that mean? Like be mindful of what? Because I'm pretty sure when you're in a relationship with somebody and it's a long term or something is established and y'all have children and y'all are together for a while and it doesn't work, how can you then tell me to be mindful when I was in a damn relationship and we
Right.
had these kids and it ended for
Long-term
whatever the reason
relationship.
was?
Right. You have people break up after 15, 20 years. What are you talking about? So
Yeah,
I'm
people
supposed
break
to
up
be
after
so
a long time.
now I'm supposed to be a future teller. And I'm supposed to know that in 15 years this is all gonna fall apart. So I shouldn't have these kids.
He said you're doing the same thing, Queen, but statistics are based on a selection.
I never said they weren't.
I don't know.
I said
I
you
don't know.
can't. I
But
said
I just
you
know that
can't let
post.
your
I
personal
just know
feelings
that post.
dictate facts. They don't.
I just know that post, baby. That post like lit a match in the whole damn group.
Because
In the
I
whole group.
feel like those kinds of posts, right? Here's my thing. What's your point? What's your point of posting it? You posted that to say what exactly? Because I don't see us posting stuff about the statistics of the amount of black men that lead their families. I don't see us doing that. I don't see us making posts about,
Lord.
the amount of black women
Excuse
who abandon their, not necessarily abandon their families, or the amount of black men that end up incarcerated. So we have single mother families. I don't see us in here posting stuff like that. But I do see a lot of men in here posting that kind of stuff about black women. We don't do that to y'all. So please explain to me why y'all do that.
Yeah,
like, what's
yeah.
the point? What's the point? What are you trying to say? What are you trying to prove by posting something like that? I feel like it's intended to be negative or to paint black women in a negative light. Why else are you posting it? And then underneath it, you write, it ain't us, it's y'all. What are you trying to say? Because like at the end of the day, let's be honest, you're saying it, you're posting it because you're trying to say something negative about black women. That's what you're doing. I really am not entertaining anybody who's saying anything different, because your comments underneath that post tell me everything I need to know about your intention when you posted it. So if we can start there, that's cool. But don't tell me that I'm doing the same thing, because I'm not. What I'm saying is, just because you feel a way about a post or about statistics doesn't mean that your feelings are facts. That's all I'm saying. You took statistics that just general statistics about the marriage rates of black women and decided to turn that into meaning that black women are at fault. Like, it's our fault that we're not getting married. Not necessarily that we're making a choice not to get married. You decided to make it about that, when numbers don't have feelings. They are what they are. So like I said, my question is, what was your point? What were you trying to prove by posting it? What were you trying to say? What were you trying to prove? What was the point?
Right.
That's what I'm saying. That's why it bothered me.
She's like, what
Like
was the point?
I'm just saying that's why I said I have no problem with the numbers. I have no issue with the statistics. You can't argue over facts, right? My problem is what happened underneath. That's my problem. The comments underneath.
Okay. So it seems so what you're saying is, from the post, it was more things that was said underneath it that kind of took away from the point of the post being
It's
posted.
like they tried to take the numbers and make it fit what they wanted to say. And you can't do that. That's not how statistics work. They are what they are, right? So you can't you it's called skewing data. When people do that, that's what it's called. When you try to bend things to make it fit your narrative, it's called skewing the data. Like that, nowhere in those statistics did it say that Black women don't want to marry Black men, or Black men don't want to marry Black women because they're difficult. Like, you decided that. You put that in there. No, the numbers did not say that. So that's where my issue comes in when I'm reading.
So that's right here with that's right here. So that's like with LeBrent. He said we're trying to figure out how there are more Black women in population, but more Black men are married than Black women.
Maybe they don't want to get married.
Shit is subjective.
Maybe they don't want to.
So the happiness shit is subjective.
Nobody polled that. Nobody polled that. Nobody asked.
Oh, okay. So here we go. I did see you and LeBrent going back and forth for a little while.
When I said all it means is Black women need to date outside their race too, and he was like, but they do, and I'm like, that's not true. It's not true. And if we're basing that on those numbers, the statistics tell you that they don't. Why? Because 94% of Black women marry Black men. Meanwhile, 86% of Black men marry Black women. That's what tells me no, they don't. And if they are dating them, they're not marrying them. It's not true. What he said is not true. But we can argue. We can argue.
No.
I'm just saying, that's not what the numbers say. That's not what the numbers say.
That's not what the numbers say. He says, yes, it is. He said, yes, it is. Statistics show that Black women marrying white men is on the rise and has been for years now.
Look,
he
Brent,
said
did you
they
post
do and still aren't. He said they do. All right. He said they do and they still aren't being married. Huh?
Did LeBrent post them statistics? Because I ain't see that. He good for telling you what stats show, but don't have no stats. And he always said, don't say look it up, because the other we talking about somebody who posted statistics. So don't tell me nothing about no statistics you have when you can't show them.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's true.
Just saying.
I just think that we just gotta get out of the whole every woman wants to be married thing.
Yeah,
every woman
not the case.
Not want to be married.
That's not true.
You know, I think that's where we get lost at. I don't feel like, you know, just like when we're in a relationship and then things don't work out or you catch an attitude, then the man starts to deem you crazy, telling everybody, oh, she crazy. And it's like, no,
I just didn't want to be with you.
Like, you did something. Yeah, you did something. This was the reaction, but don't say, oh, you know, all Black women are this, all Black men. And that's just like, I think what Timmy D. Bond said. He was like, well, women in the comments, he said, always say all men cheat. So I don't know. I just know that when I get married, I'm not trying to settle in my marriage. I'm not trying to bully nobody into marrying me. I'm not trying to persuade you to goddamn marry me. And marriage is not high on my priority list.
Mine either. And mine either.
So if we can be together, we can be together. And I think that's what a lot of people forget. Everybody does not want to get married. Yeah. You're breaking up again. Wait a minute. You froze again and it wouldn't do it. I can't hear you. Send the button again. Send the request again. But no, I just think that we have to like really get away from that just because every woman, you know, you see a lot of single women, everybody doesn't want to get married. Everybody is not looking for the marriage. Oh, look, Lauren, send me the button. I didn't hit the wrong damn person. You gotta come back through, hon. Her thing keep freezing. Y'all know how we do here, conjunction, conjunction. Send me the request again. But ultimately, you gotta do what makes you happy. You gotta do what makes you happy when it comes to relationships. If marriage is not on your priority list, it's okay. Don't let somebody else make you feel like that marriage has to be at the top of your priority list. I just thought it was interesting because I was like, okay, let me get in here and talk about, what's been going on in the groups and everything. And here we go. And we're back.
No, yeah,
So that's what it is. So go ahead.
no, I was just saying, like, don't
Can you hear me?
assume that. Yeah, I can hear you. I'm just saying, don't assume that because a woman is not married, that she necessarily wants that for her life. Maybe she doesn't. Maybe that's not what she want to do. So you can't
Yeah.
you. I feel like don't demonize black women for not being married. Maybe that's just not what they want for their life. That's all. That's it. That's all.
Yeah. Because I mean, everybody doesn't want it. What's up? What's up? Let me see what Shanice said. Let me see. Because I know Shanice then probably had something good to say. She said, I agree. She said, I didn't want to be married. I just wanted to keep getting, oh God, keep getting ate up like a hot pocket.
And guess what?
I wanted to keep getting ate up like a hot pocket. She said, now I'm married. I didn't want a kid either. And now I have a son. So, things change with these numbers.
They do. They do.
Shanice, I want to keep getting ate up like a goddamn hot pocket.
And that's what I'm talking about right now. That's what I'm on.
David said, these views are only here in CCS. These are narratives abroad and around this country. Okay. David says out here now. Everybody got to do that. Everybody got to do their research. Timothy said, you're planning and then rejecting in the same sentence. What's planning and rejecting in the same sentence?
What do you mean?
Explain. Another one.
No, explain, because a lot of times I actually agree with what he says. So I would like him to explain that, because I would like to know what he means by that, because I don't think I'm being duplicitous at all. I think I'm being very clear on what I agree with and what I don't. So if he would explain, that would be great.
Yeah, I like Timothy. I like Timothy too, because like his viewpoints, I like what he be doing. Y'all been getting spicy. For the most part, and everybody. I just think that a lot of the blame is usually always put on the woman.
Yeah.
When a relationship doesn't work, it's usually put on a woman. You very seldom hear a man say, I fucked up.
Well, you very seldom hear a woman say that too, though. Women we don't say that either.
Really?
A lot of women don't. No. Very rarely do you hear anybody really take blame. You know what I mean? Most, they don't. Well, it's women and men.
I guess when
it depends. Like, it depends on the person.
I guess because when I can working and talking.
I was gonna say, I think that it depends on the person. You'll have some people who have no problem saying, you know what, I did this, and this, right? You very rarely see that, though, and that's men and women. I'm not gonna say that women take blame, because they don't. Nobody really does.
And for me, because I be doing my talk show stuff, I hear it. Everybody be like, no, not everybody wants to put their oh, I'm sorry. Everybody don't want to put their stuff, want me to put their stuff up there. But I've had a conversation with a woman, a few of them who have said, I fucked up. It was me. But it's usually, I did this because of what he did. Kind of.
I have issues with that too, though. I have issues with that. I have issues with someone justifying their bad behavior because of what somebody else did, right? Because at the end of
Yeah,
the
I
day,
hate that.
nobody can make you do anything. So you can't justify some messed up stuff that you did just because he did something messed up. It does not justify what you did. You still dead wrong. And I have issues with people that do that because I feel like that's like saying, well, I only cheated because he cheated. so
Yeah,
so now you're
yeah,
both cheaters because like
yeah.
there's no justification for you doing that. I don't care what he did. I don't care what he did. You came out of your character. Is that what you're telling me? Because
Yeah.
for you to cheat, what they call it, cheating back. So you cheated back. You were a cheater anyway. That was always in you. I feel if you nobody can make you do
Yeah.
anything. If you either a
What they
cheater
say,
or you're
it just take the right person. It just take the right person to bring it out of here. Ain't that what
not.
they
No,
say?
I
It
don't
just
think
takes
that's
the right
true.
person to bring that cheating demon out.
No,
Yeah.
you either a
I
cheater or
don't, I
you
don't, I
not.
don't, I don't like that either. I mean, that's why I don't really do, in relationships. It's like you can't make me do something. I'm not going to do something just because you did it. I'm not going
Right.
to compromise my morals, my integrity, what I stand on just because
Yep.
of what you're doing.
You're not gonna make me a
What you
different
should do,
person.
right?
Yeah.
But what I can do is leave your ass alone. That's
Exactly.
what I can do.
There you go.
That's what I can do. And
There you go.
that's the other thing I wanted to get into really quick before we get out of here. So it seems like today and age that if you are somebody, man or woman, who says, I love myself more than tolerate some bullcrap. I know what I want. I know where I'm headed. I don't have to settle for anything less than what I have or what I can bring to the table, what I offer. It seems now that gets taken a whole nother way, as if you bitter, you sad, you angry, you lonely. You know what I'm saying? I've seen a lot of that up
In a
in the
group.
group. I
Mm-hmm.
love everybody's opinion. Whereas though it seems like if once you know who you are and where you're going and what you want, people shame you for that. So it's like
So I'm bitter because I won't settle.
If I say Lauren, and if I say, well, Lauren, um, let's say I say, all right, well, Lauren, I'm me and my husband, right? We're married, right? We're in a relationship, and I stepped out with my husband. And let's say you were in your relationship, you experienced cheating, and you said, well, I know that when I get over here, I'm not dealing with that anymore because I've been here and done that, right? Then you go ahead and you meet somebody else, and then it's like the person who did the cheating in the relationship now becomes the damn prosecution, saying, oh, well, if I say, well, Lauren, well, I thought you said you wasn't going to do X, Y, and Z. Oh, so you think you better now because you're saying you're not going to tolerate this because I'm over here cheating on, him and him. You follow what I'm saying?
But that's called
It'd
projecting.
be like,
That's projecting.
exactly.
Somebody doing something and feeling a way because of how you feel. That's you projecting your stuff onto me. Because what you doing don't have nothing to do with
Right.
me. I can say
No, that's what
I
she
can
said.
I can say what I want for myself. What does that have to do with you? I can say I
Yep.
don't want to date a man that doesn't make X amount of money. I can say I don't want to deal with a man who has more than 2 kids. I can say that for myself. What does that have to do with you? I'm not saying you have. That has nothing to do with you. You're judging me is what you're doing when it really it's none of your business. It's none of your business. It has nothing to do with you. So I don't understand why people do
Absolutely.
that. I don't get it.
I don't get why people do that, and that's something I have been seeing lately, and even just in conversation with people where it seems like now if you have some integrity or some morals or something, now you're like looked at like a damn alien. You know what I mean? Or people feel like you think you're too strong or you can't do something, and it's like
Maybe I do.
what, I'm not supposed to want
Well,
more
here's the thing.
and
So
better
what?
myself.
So what though? Okay. So what if I do think that about myself? So how is that affecting your life? How is that bothering? Like, why does that bother you so? Maybe you should think about why that bothers you so much. That I want these great things for myself. Here's the thing though. You can't what I don't like, not you can't, because people can do whatever they want. Whatever you want to do. But I don't like when people demand these things of the people that they want to date and they can't do it for themselves.
Yep.
I have some issues with a lot of women that do that, because you rarely see men do that. So I'm gonna say women.
Yeah.
Not that men don't,
Yeah.
but it's very rare that you see men do that.
Yeah.
I don't like when you see women that are like, oh, I only date a man that drives this kind of car or makes this amount of money, and you don't. It's like,
Right.
okay, you're looking for a sponsor,
It's like,
and
wait a
that's
minute, you
okay
looking
if
for a
that's what
fucking
you want
farmer
to
or
do.
something.
Yeah, you're looking for a sponsor, and it's okay if that's what you want to do. Just know what comes with you doing that. You're opening yourself up to be looked at this way, or to be called this type of woman.
Yep. Yeah.
Like, I ain't judging you. I'm just saying. I don't
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
don't do it. It kind of, I won't lie and say that it doesn't kind of make me feel a way when you see women do that, because I feel like when women do that, that's why men look at women the way that they do, and they feel like, oh, you're out to get
Yeah.
something from me. It's because of women that do that.
Yeah. Yeah. I do that too. I think that too. I always say, if you're gonna ask for this, you need to have it. That's why all the time, when I post, I'm like, do you meet the standards that you're requiring and requesting
Yes.
for somebody else to have? I think that if you're in that situation and all you want this man to have all of these things and you don't have it, don't say all of that. Just say, hey, I need somebody that's gonna take care of me. Anybody out there?
Be
Or
honest.
I'm looking for a comma. Is anybody out there?
Because
Shanice said
there
it
are
seems
some
like
men out there that's trying to save some women.
it seems like independence is frowned upon, especially when it comes to women, and I think it's sad. Barbara said, I believe that every little girl and every little boy dreams to have that fairy tale wedding. Somehow society has had a stigma about marriage. Why teach yourself and allowing you and your significant other to literally shed pain pill arguing? I am hanging out with your friends and your friends and going on a couple's date just to have a disagreement and walk away from it all. Who allows someone to put poison in your mind for you not to work it out? Okay, so I definitely see what you're saying. Like, if you're dating somebody or going on couples dating, then clearly there must be a purpose there, because everybody does want the fairy tale and work it out. But I think that there comes a thin line between, like, what are we working out? We can work out personality differences. We can work out individuality, but we shouldn't have to work out, just simply not being happy, or I'm constantly coming to you and telling you what I'm not liking or what you're doing, and you aren't doing anything to fix it. So I just, like, even when it comes to working things out, I think that's an individual thing, because there may be some things that I no longer feel I want to work out. I don't have, like, for me, just in the past, I don't have the patience for infidelity. I don't have the patience for it. And I feel like if you get with me and that's what you want to do, then leave me out your shit. I'm not saying I take my baggage from a previous relationship? No, because I know you're not him and he's not you. I'm just saying I know me. And if you coming over here and trying to get into my lane and hunting me down and blowing me up, doing whatever it is it took to get my attention, and then you waste my fucking time, just leave me alone. You know,
Well,
so just within the past and the relationship, I've learned different things that I know today that will make me better in my next relationship, and also that I no longer want to tolerate. But it seems like that we are in a society, Barbara, that wants you to tolerate so much shit from whomever you with, because that considers you a
ride or die.
And loyal. So it's like, what am I loyal to? The pain and the trauma and the heartbreak? What am I riding or dying to the fact that I'm really not happy with you anymore? Like, what are we supposed to ride or die? And then, boop, you propose to me. So we supposed to now go from being a fucked up couple to having a perfectly happy marriage?
Yeah, it don't work like that.
A fucking fucked up marriage.
Yeah. Well, what do you think?
You putting a ring in, it's like putting sugar on shit.
What?
You know what I mean?
What do you think? What do you think about this concept that people shouldn't rely on others to make them happy? Because I don't think it's my partner's responsibility. My happiness is not their responsibility. You can't make someone else happy. You can do things that can maybe bring forth joy, but I think true happiness, no one can give that to you. That's something that you have to do for yourself. Your happiness, like, no one else is responsible for making you happy. That has to come from you.
To fucking make you happy.
Yeah, that has to come from you.
So I do. I agree. I think I'm 100%. I feel like the reason why a lot of times when we get into relationships and we be so broken, not only because we find out people weren't who we thought they were, you know what I mean? It be the simple fact that we aren't whole. Because when you show up into a relationship, and if you are whole, you know, mentally, spiritually, all of that, and you love yourself and you know what you want, you know your worth, you're not going to settle and deal with anything. I don't care how fucking small it is. You might overlook, you might overlook something, but it's definitely going to be something very goddamn small, like maybe the way you brush your teeth. But it ain't going to be something, you know what I mean? Something big. It's not going to be that thing. So I do think that we have to start showing up in these relationships, before the relationship, showing up whole for yourself.
Yeah.
And get yourself together, because a person is supposed to add to you. And that's why when you decide to say that you no longer want to be here, or the relationship ends, okay, I'm not saying I'm not going to be hurt and cry about it, but what I'm going to say is, okay, I'll miss you, see you later, because I'm not going to feel like I'm broken because you aren't my happiness. So if we make our partners our happiness, my question is always, well, what the fuck you do when your happiness is gone and when they're sad? So that's why. So I posted something a while ago, some months ago, that said, if he makes you feel safe, I would hate to see what it looks like when it doesn't, because I feel like that too. A person is not supposed to make you feel safe. You know what I mean? Like, oh my, that's a whole.
Safe.
That'd be a whole.
Safe.
That'd be a whole nother conversation for a whole nother day. But I got that planned out for later on down the line. I'm still working it out. But yeah, so it's just like, you know, well, it's somebody before that stemmed from that, where it was like they felt safe in the relationship that they were in with this person. And I'm like, well, shit, I hate to see what it looks like when you don't feel safe, when he don't make you feel safe. Because a person is not even supposed to make you feel safe. You are already supposed to be that. So that way, when or if it doesn't work out, you are okay. You know what I mean?
What do you mean by safe?
You're trying to get me to tell everything. So it's like, all right. So there's a difference between me knowing you're gonna have my back. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking, I can't describe it. I would have to go and tap into to my old broken self. So you know how it is, like, when you describe it and you're like, oh my gosh, I just feel so, he made me, well, why are you with him? Because he just made me feel so safe. Like he will protect you from everything and bring you no harm and not even hurt you. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
Whole time, that's the person that's hurt you. So the person that's making you feel safe is also the person that's hurting you.
But you don't think that your partner is supposed to make you feel protected though?
I don't.
I think that comes from
I think that
comes from your past relationships, and that's why you feel that way.
No, because I feel like that secure and safe are two different things to me.
Oh, okay.
I can feel secure in the relationship.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? So there's
that's
a
why
difference. I would rather feel secure.
Safe?
Oh, okay, yeah. So I would rather feel secure over safe.
Okay.
Because if I'm secure in the relationship, that whole self, like you said, putting your happiness into it, I'm gonna be okay with it no matter which way it goes. Mm-hmm. Because I wasn't solely depending on you to give me everything I need.
Okay.
Make sense?
Yeah. It does. I would tell you it does.
Yeah. So it's just so that's why it's just like, I think a lot of times, only because of the stories I hear and the conversations I hear, and a lot of people are saying, there's lately it's been that this person's made me safe. So I'm still, I can't really say it all because it's something that I'm working on to get it all. That'll be on my YouTube channel. And here we go with Lauren trying to get me to tell y'all all my business about my future plans.
I'm not.
He said, because you're attracted, he said, what is this? He said, expectations. And said, you're attracted to a toxic trait. April said, just because a person is a soldier don't mean they got to go to war or you got to take them through it. That is true. Shanice said, I think everyone needs to just respect the fact that everyone is different. We all react to things different and take things differently. So Timothy, what you mean? Because you're attracted to a toxic trait.
What is he talking
so
about?
Did you see the post?
Is he talking about?
Okay, so wait a minute.
Because are they talking about what's in the comments?
Before I get to the post.
Okay.
Can you hear me?
Mm-hmm.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah.
All right. So before I get to that, what do you think? Do you think you are supposed to have expectations in people? Should you put expectations in people?
I think that's dangerous.
Woo!
Because you are setting yourself up to get let down. You can't. I think the only thing you can expect is for someone to be who they are. That's it. That's all that you can expect from a person. I think it's unfair to put expectations on people. I think when you do that, you set yourself up to be disappointed every single time, because no one is going to do what you would do. No one is going to do things how you envision them being done. And I think it's unfair. Mm-hmm. And I think that you're setting yourself up to be disappointed. I don't expect anything out of anybody except for them to be whoever they are, whatever that may be.
Okay, so we here with that. I broke my nail earlier too, y'all. No. But we here with that. For real, my damn, commercial. My damn phone was stuck in my zipper of my coat. And when you zipping and it catches on to the damn other part, it would not budge. It would not budge. We were sitting in the middle of the store trying to, my phone was ringing and it was trapped in my damn pocket. So I was losing my mind. Needless to say, I bust the zipper on my damn coat to get my phone.
Wow.
So
it's only one. You can get that fixed. It's only one.
I know. So yeah. So like you said with expectations, we're here with that. I don't feel like you should put expectations into people because people will let you down. Because I say it all the time, we don't even keep up with our own expectations of ourselves. So it's just like I'm the same way when it comes to dealing with somebody. I expect you to fucking be who you are. You know what I mean? And your character or who you are will speak so loud I won't even be able to hear you, depending upon how things are going in the relationship. That's why when I meet somebody, it's like, I'll tell you the basics. If we're talking, oh, I like this, we can do this, but everything else is like, figure that shit out for yourself. Because I feel like when people like to get you to tell them things only to make sure they do these things, you know what I mean? And then eventually their true selves show up, and it is like, then you'll be back looking like, wait a minute, I thought you knew that you only was doing that because you were fucking not being authentic and true to yourself.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So I can't get with the expectations in people, because people will let you down, and there's nothing wrong with that. We are humans. We are not robots. We all have emotions. We all have different things that we want, and we all pick and choose what we choose to deal with. But can we at least stop criticizing and ridiculing the people, the men and women who aren't allowing you just to do what the fuck you want to do, who aren't just doing and tolerating anything just to say they have somebody, who wants more out of life, who doesn't want to just keep being a baby mother, who doesn't want to just keep being a baby father, who doesn't want to just keep being somebody you humping on, who doesn't want to just be somebody you giving your ass to kiss, who doesn't want to just pick up after you and stay in the kitchen and do everything just to make sure that you happy, who doesn't want to sit here and say, I'm going to lower my standards and deal with this and see how it works, and who doesn't want to say, I'm going to sacrifice my own damn happiness just to make sure you're happy. Lord, we cannot judge them and label them. They aren't all bitter. They aren't all toxic. They aren't all lonely. They aren't all whatever the other words everybody use. People do learn from their mistakes, and people do want more from themselves, especially if they dealt with prior things. People grow. You are supposed to change. If you're not evolving and changing, if you're still doing the same shit that you was doing 5 years ago today, that's a problem.
Absolutely.
That's a problem. That's a problem. So yeah, I do. It does seem like having morals and stuff is frowned upon. But hopefully, you guys, I liked you tonight, girl. She took over tonight. I was just here. Okay, and I knew it. That's why I wanted you to come, because I knew that as soon as you came, that ball was gonna get the. Let's go get the rolling, because I know when we used to be on Clubhouse, woo, you used to put some people in their feelings. People get,
it's a little different on Clubhouse. I was being nice on Facebook. Clubhouse a little different.
So and that's the difference, and that's what I do see, like with you. Shanice gets accused of it. I've gotten accused of it before, not on here, but just in general, but even with people. When you are passionate and you're strong about how you feel and your opinions or what you believe, and you're able to have a constructive conversation, whereas though you're not just backing down because somebody showed up with something, and it's like you come back again. It's like, no, they say that you're angry, or you take things personal, or you're combative, and it's just like, no, I'm not. I'm having a conversation. I feel how I feel, and I'm trying to understand where you're coming from while explaining how I feel, but it comes off a different way because I'm typing it.
Yes, like a lot of things can be misinterpreted through text, because through text, my tone, so can't hear the way I'm saying it, right? Like I could be laughing while I'm typing it, and you could be reading it like, why is she being such a bitch? You That's why I don't like texting. I would rather talk to you, but unfortunately, like I'm a very direct person. I'm gonna say what I want to say, it how you want. That's why I don't like to text, because if I'm talking to you, you know exactly how I'm in it, because you know exactly how I said it. So there's no there's
Yeah.
no misunderstanding if I'm talking to you. But when you're texting with somebody, they can take it the wrong way. So I try to tell people, like, no, I don't have an attitude. That's just the way you reading it. I'm just very, very matter of fact when I'm speaking. Like I don't sugarcoat things. I just say how it is. And sometimes people don't know
Yeah.
how to take that.
Absolutely. She just say how she feels. So is there anything you want to say before we get out of here? Thank you
I
all
had
for
so
joining
much
me.
fun. I had so much fun with all of y'all. This was fun.
Yes, I have fun. I'm liking this. I wanna, and I'm in the middle of. I want to say CCS is in the middle of construction. So I'm trying to. I gotta get everything else together. So this is why I'm like, okay, I haven't had an actual live guest in a while. I'm in the middle of reconstructing some things, and so I like it because I get to talk to y'all now. When I do the show, and people can hit the button and talk to me, and we can get in, we can do it. So I like it. Thank you for joining me.
Thank you
For
for
all your
having me.
participation, for everything. I really, 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 really like it. Keep it up. I know I said that we are having a pajama Zoom party. Okay, I'm still working on the pajama Zoom party.
This is about to be a mess.
I've been trying to learn how to do Zoom because look, wait a minute, let me tell y'all. I'm a person, I like to keep my word, and I hate when I say something. But God, that goddamn queen T-Bad had me on here that week, and we taking shots, and she like, yeah, we want. So I done goddamn told everybody we having a damn party. So I'm trying to figure out how to do it. So if you don't get the Zoom link, don't blame me. Blame Queen T-Bad because I don't know how to figure it out. But but with the Zoom, I want to meet each other. We all can meet and talk and get to put a face with some of the posts, and it's definitely going to be a good time. Just having fun. It's supposed to be the 27th. So while I'm off for the next 6 days, I will be trying to figure out how to Zoom. My goal is to provide the things that are needed for the Zoom party, but if not, it'll still be a great time. So I think right now, before the weekend is over, I'll be posting everything that's needed for the Zoom party, and it doesn't even cost. It doesn't even really cost that much for the games I want to play. So let me know if y'all want to do that. If y'all want to join in on the Zoom party, and just go from there. I would like to meet y'all face to face. I would like for y'all to even meet each other. I'm working on a Candy Coated Secrets gathering, but I'm waiting for the weather to break because I really prefer for it to be outside. Because I want people to be able to enjoy it, and if you want, you'll be able to go into your own little space, take your mask off, whatever your comfortability is, and things like that. So so you guys can look forward to that sometime in the spring summerish. That's what I want to do. I want to have a gathering for all of us so we can meet each other. I look real crazy. But yeah, y'all know I'm late. I'm late. I was supposed to have been in my other thing by goddamn 8:30. Lord, Lauren just came in to take it off. Is there anything you'd like to say before we get out of here?
No, just
I
everybody.
just said that. Adam
Let's
said it
let's
again.
let's try to be nice, okay? And let's try to be not necessarily nice, but let's try to be considerate when we post. And let's maybe before you post, think about what you really trying to say in that post, and do you really want to say that? That's it.
And that's what she said. And do you really want to say that? Because she said, God damn it, black women is marrying y'all asses. So don't say black women is angry and ain't trying to get married. All right, so on that, make sure that you're always striving to be better and do better. Learn from the past. Your past is your present. The present is the past. And just completely continue to work on you and grow. And don't spend all your stimulus money. All right, I'll see y'all. Thank you, Lauren.